Hello traders, welcome to the weekly trade ideas with me Pierre at PFX. As usual, we're gonna take a look at all the majors including gold and oil to help you out with your trading plans for the upcoming week starting right now.
Hi guys, my name is Pierre. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about helping you grow your trading account and making you a better trader. Now each week I upload a new video like this, so if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and guys, please, if you like the video, do not forget to hit the like button. Let's get started. So a quick look on the Dixie, checking the weekly time frame. We see that last week it was a bearish week. There was an attempt to break lower. As you see here, the last line of defense down here did hold, got a little bit of a bounce back up, and the week closed above this wick down here. Going down to the daily, we see that the dollar spent like 4 days in this little range here. Nothing new. The area of potential support here was broken, but the last line of defense on the wick here did not get broken. So all in all, the dollar been in this bearish mode and still the same. Now we've got a potential double bottom here, so you could get a little bit of a bounce to the upside, but that is not enough as a reversal yet, because we want to see a break above the trend line. I mean, we've got a double bottom here previously at monthly S1, as you see. The neckline also got broken, so it was confirmed, and the market was just moving to do a retest and then continue back down. So you might get this the next scenario as the same here. You have the double bottom, maybe we see a push higher. If they fail to break above the trend line, you might see further downside anyway. So for me to call a reversal on the dollar, I want to see a break above the trend line, that hold above it, retest, and then further upside. And the key structure for now is this area up here. In my opinion, we have this level, we have this level. These levels, both of them, are very important areas for the dollar boost to break above for that continuation. So going back to the daily, you're still looking at a bearish structure, and if this area here got broken, we will potentially see further downside on the dollar. So it is a little bit of a wait and see what will happen, because we have a little bit of a confusion here. We have the double bottom and we still have the trend line to the downside not broken. Gold, nothing new here. As far as the gold is holding above monthly R2, I'm looking to buy at this area. So as for now, and as you saw last week, not much happened. The whole trading week been inside this little range. We're looking at the 4-hour time frame right now. Checking the daily, things was getting a little bit slower after this huge candle here, and that's normal. Most of the time when you get a big move, you start seeing things slowing down a little bit. So all in all, the same scenario as I said last week. So last week I told you guys, if we break higher, we look for a retest. We've got the retest and further upside. So this was an easy trade here, especially after this hammer that got printed on the chart on the retest. So for this week, I would say the same. We have this potential new range now on gold. It is squeezing like this. I'm looking for potential move back down and then further upside. So monthly R2 will be my level of interest for next week as a potential buy zone. Oil broke below the range for like 1 day, and then on Friday we've got a bullish engulfing candle, went back inside the range. Pretty interesting, but on the 4-hour time frame, you see that this is a strong break to the downside. This could continue something like this and then give you further one more leg to once again to the downside. So I would say keep an eye on 65 here. This area gonna be a level of interest at around 65. There potentially a nice confluence also if we take a fib retracement, as you see here, the 618 also around that area. The only thing that is not so good here, that we do not have major structure, it is the number itself, the 65, been acting support and resistance previously, but not inside this range. So oil, if you get a retest of this level and you start seeing any bearish evidence, you might look for one more leg to the downside, a double bottom, head and shoulder formation or something like that could be a sign for potential reversal. Euro USD, also the opposite of the Dixie. We're still looking at the bullish structure, but it got stuck here inside, start ranging around monthly R1 as you see on the daily. And if we go down to the 4 hour, it formed a double top here. The neckline still not broken, and in my opinion, as far as the euro is inside this channel, we should be looking for buys. So even if the neckline got broken here, keep an eye on the bottom of the channel, because you might see bulls entering back on that channel. Now for further downside, and if the euro to continue lower or maybe go back to 1.20, I want to see it breaking below the channel, failing to make a new high. Then if that would be the case, I would look for a move back down toward this area. But as first, I'm interested to see if the bulls will fight at this trend line once again and push it higher from that trend line or not. Sterling, checking the daily time frame, also sterling got stuck here at around monthly R2. Did not move a lot last week. Still after this break to the upside, we've got this retest, and then the price been playing around this range last week. So this is the weekly range that we had from last week here. We started the trading week here, and then it kept being inside that range. Now even here you see that we've got a fake out and a double top got formed. The neckline is down here. I mean, it could correct down the neckline. If that got broken, then we might see something like this happening, a return back toward monthly R1. That is the area of interest for me to look for bullish evidence if we got that correction next week. So this is a very, very interesting level. If we look left here, been acting many times as resistance and support lately. So monthly R1 gonna be a pretty nice level to watch for a bullish continuation. USD JAPY also been like in this correction phase for a while now, making this bearish channel, tested previous lows last week like a couple of times. And yeah, I'm still looking to see if the bulls will really try to push this above the trend line or not. So if this happens, then we might see further upside, as otherwise we might still see this continuing as something like this before the next move higher from around 107.90 area. So keep an eye on that. If the trend line got broken to the upside, there is a big chance that you see further upside on this market. USD Chief sitting at this area once again, monthly S1 still holding. The whole week almost been inside this little range here, and lately on Friday they did hold the lows. So on the lower time frame, like the 4 hour, you have an impulse that broke previous structure. You've got a retest of that broken structure and then continuation, but we see that we also, even here, we got a potential double bottom on this market. The price is sitting at weekly S1, and just above that we have monthly S1. So potentially you might start seeing a little bit of a consolidation here on this, but all in all, I think this market is ready to continue lower soon. The daily time frame, we're still in a bearish structure, so why not continue to the downside? So I'm more interested to see if the bears will break this level. If they do that, I'm looking for further downside on the retest of this area, actually, more than the bullish reversal. USD CAD, checking the daily time frame, or we maybe better go to the weekly. We still did not test this previous low here. I'm still interested to see if they're gonna do so. but for that they need to break this little range we have here. As for now, it is holding nicely as support. As you see here, we've got this hammer, and then there was attempt to push higher, then it got followed by a bearish engulfing candle, and on Friday we ended up with a doji candle. So all in all, the whole trading week was inside this little range and nothing has changed. So we keep playing this range until we have a break out of it. So for next week, I will keep an eye on the top of the range for a sell, and I will keep an eye on the bottom for a buy. But if they break out of it, we will look for further downside, especially if the break happened to the downside on this market. That is more interesting for me. Aussie USD also still inside the range. Nothing has changed here, guys, from like since back here. We've been going sideways. We had this fake out, but then we got respected once again at the top of the range. So even here, we need to wait and see what will happen, guys, if it's gonna break to the downside or not. There is a potential scenario that we see that now after this lower high and this huge candle we've got here. But even though we've got a big 4-hour candle, the support level down here, the bottom of the range, is still not broken. So as far as that is the case, we should keep playing the bounces here, buy the low, sell the high, until we have the break out of this range. Honestly, nothing else to do here. The same goes for New Zealand. Also a little bit of a sign of weakness that you had these couple lower highs, then you had these couple of lower highs. But if we look left, I mean, this whole area is still acting as good support. Many times it did act as support. So that's why I'm still interested to see what will happen when and if the price reach this level. Will the bulls defend it and push higher again, or we're gonna get that breakout to then look for retest and continuation toward these lows? Okay, so pretty straightforward. If you want to buy it, you wait down here at around monthly pivot point, you look for bullish evidence, or if you are a seller, you wait for the break to the downside, look for retest, and then further downside on this market if that would be the case. So yeah, guys, that was it for this week. A little bit boring and sideways market, but that's the way it is sometimes. Thanks a lot, and see you next week. Bye bye.